Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. There was a disturbance in the force today, and 1 billion souls cried out, I can no longer post anti-vax bullshit. People, as of right now, October 4th, 2021, Facebook is off. And I don't mean it's down. From the reports on the internet and Twitter, so you know it's true, Facebook is gone. So last night, a whistleblower was on 60 Minutes and said that not only is Facebook dangerous to society, that it fosters hate, and their algorithm actually lean towards promoting division in the country, and that Instagram is actually affecting depression and suicidal thoughts in teens, but she said Facebook's internal memos and research showed that they knew they were damaging society and creating a large chunk of the nightmare we are currently living in. That's right, people. On 60 Minutes last night, France Haugen, who worked at Facebook and is now a whistleblower, she took internal documents that proved Facebook is Satan. She said that the version of Facebook that exists today and the algorithm they're currently using is tearing our societies apart and causing ethnic violence around the world. She points to Myanmar, where the military used Facebook to launch a genocide. Yeah, you'd think that at least Facebook would have installed the anti-genocide filter. Any app that helps with genocide really needs an overhaul or a name change. Maybe burn your face off book. That's better. I was thinking maybe the Facebook AI project finally became sentient and realized it was destroying the human race and deleted itself. You know, like if Skynet smoked weed and had its third eye opened. So what has happened since Facebook went down? Well, it seems a conspiracy theory crowd couldn't do their own research, and the use of Kool-Aid powder mixed with Benadryl and pig's athlete foot medication to cure liver cancer has stopped completely. Friends of friends, cousins, brothers can no longer make medical diagnoses on Facebook. We're in a brave new world, people, of having to go outside into the sun and actually talk to each other face to face. And you're going to have to get used to not calling people asshole online. Instead, call them an asshole to their faces. And I'm fine with that. Going back to getting punched in the mouth for being a douchebag. You know, at that time, there was a class and a politeness that was constantly present in society because you knew you might get punched in the mouth. Those are the good old days. Now that Facebook is gone, we can finally get back to a civil society where we care for each other and come together as one for the good of humanity in a utopian future. We can finally pull together and fix this world. What? It's fixed? They're back. Facebook is fixed. Okay, people, go back to living in a digital hellscape filled with lies and deadly misinformation. Wow, that actually feels normal. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Fuck, Facebook is back. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. Hi, how's it going? Good to see you. With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
Yes, there can.
I feel like there could be two. I'm just going to put that out there.
There cannot be two.
I think...
I was trying to date on Facebook, and
Oh,
then
no.
I had some messages out.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm waiting to see if they come back.
Yeah?
No, I haven't heard anything
If you
today.
saw the Armageddon Update, you'll know that Facebook is down.
What?
And you know what's weird? Didn't the universe feel like, it did feel like things got better for like, I just said
Yes.
this, when they said Facebook was down, I went like this.
Yeah, like a weight lifted.
Well, I do always walk around feeling pressure to use Facebook. Like it's a little like needling thing in my psyche, like because of shows and we need to post and do ads.
Yes.
And then you emailed me this weekend on birthday weekend to say we needed to do ads on Facebook. So it's like...
It was Saturday, though. It was right in between the window.
I know, but there's no window. You made that up. So I go on... I go on Facebook, but I have to steel myself because it was never nice. But
Cesspool.
Oh man. And the things that people say to him on his Facebook page, because it's a little more red than most of the social media.
I remember when it started, it wasn't. When it wasn't, it seemed like, that's why I like Twitter. There's a lot of smart ass liberal lefty, even the right guys, they're funny. There's like people that are like Twitter is full of smart, funny people.
That's because you have a character limit. So you got to be smart to kind of condense it down.
Well, I remember when we used to be 140 and you had to really be concise.
Yeah.
And then they went 280. I'm like, you bunch of pussy snowflakes. Right. Come on. And I use every single character. Twitter just seems smarter. Facebook has gotten this ugliness that is beyond. The last time I was on it reading comments, I think it was about Amerigeddon and Trump was president. Holy shit. To the point where Ray and I one night laid in bed and we were reading the comments and we were laughing. Remember? Because it would be like, dude, brilliant. Ray, we love this. You motherfucker, I'm going to. And we would just laugh our ass off because how much anger and hate do you have in you to write that? And then they found out. So last night, this is such a weird coincidence. I think it's going to connect. My feeling is this will connect. Last night at 60 Minutes, they had a whistleblower who used to work at Facebook who had been copying documents for years. Came on 60 Minutes and discussed how that basically, just like the cigarette companies, that Facebook has done all this internal research and found out that the algorithm they're currently using creates divisiveness, creates anger, hatred, but more violence, but more people click on. There's more engagement with anger,
right?
So people,
of course, they do.
Yeah, so they basically found the way into the monkey brain. And they're like poke, and we're like,
It's the same if it bleeds, it leads kind of thing.
Yes. Then they said Instagram. They said that all the kids on Instagram, they did a percentage internal studies that said most of the girls on Instagram, like it's 17, teenage girls, 17 to 38% or something. You can look up the percentage increase in suicidal depression.
Suicidal ideation and depression, yeah.
And then they found out that they actually direct girls that have image issues. The algorithm actually feeds them what do they call it? Eating disorder stuff. It's
and it draws them back in. They can see
it's a loop.
It's a loop that they get stuck in.
So not only did they kill everyone through COVID,
right?
They've also killed young girls.
No,
and knowingly.
And even if they're not killing them, they're making them hate themselves. They're just making them hate themselves. So so today it felt like evil was eradicated for a second. Now, supposedly, I just got a thing on Twitter that said that it's going back on.
No.
It is. It's slowly coming back up, although Facebook spokesman confirmed that the services were slowly coming back online, but cautioned that it would take some time for the services to stabilize. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus, Messenger, all of those have been down all at once.
Yeah, all of Zuck's stuff. That's only stuff that's owned by Facebook.
The morning after the 60 Minutes interview.
So all right, now conspiracy, and now welcome to conspiracy time. We're going to come up with 3 or 4 or 7 different conspiracies why this happened coincidentally the day after the 60 Minutes thing. I think that one is that Facebook decided, because now that these internal documents are out, what better way to do it than get rid of the evidence before they get called into because they know damn well they're going to get called into a Senate meeting. Know damn well that
so the evidence that she has, they could deny that.
They could say
it's just papers, right?
Right. She copied it up.
Are you taking this conspiracy theory I just said to you before we started?
I was already. I mean, I'm doing this for an hour already.
Can you corroborate his story?
I've been doing
his testimony.
I can. Project Adventure has the inside track.
Permission to treat the witness as hostile. First of all,
no, I agree.
I'm looking. Yeah.
You're conspiracy
no, I'm just
theory.
looking for proof.
I've been reading it over and over. Yes,
you invented it.
You invented it.
Okay.
So that would be weirdly genius to just drop, but to kill. And it's also a great excuse. I just thought of this. Let's say, because someone was reporting that they went into there was a coder that went in to see what was going on. The Facebook login was the domain was for sale. Whoever did this, it doesn't look like it was an accident because the domain was up for sale. It's actually
GoDaddy also went down.
There was a site that said there was a site that said Facebook was up for sale.
What?
There was all the, and then then the guy put a bunch of code and he goes they didn't just go down. He goes they deleted a huge chunk. Whoever did this deleted a huge chunk of Facebook.
Yeah, they're getting rid of the stuff
evidence.
because of what she's saying, like you said, can be definitively linked to suicides.
Oh, and they've proved it in their
violence that caused harm. Then they're screwed.
So they basically. And there's a precedent set with the cigarette companies because the cigarette companies had all that internal documents that said
would shut them down for good.
We hurt people.
Yeah.
Well, it cost the cigarette companies billions and like $490 billion. It cost them billions. So
this says that they went down for 24 hours in 2019. I don't remember that, but I do find that every platform went down, and it went down the day after the 60 Minutes thing. I do find a little strange.
But usually when it's quote unquote down, there's a message from Facebook, like their domain is still
working
active.
on it.
Yeah,
No, it went away.
This right, like it never existed.
We couldn't. Like
the servers were down.
We
were
kept trying
deleted.
to go on, and it would just. It was the broken thing that said that doesn't exist. So it went down hardcore. So, but check this out. So to get rid of all that evidence, she has all the paperwork though. But instead of waiting for Congress to find them, do whatever, they close it down. So again, people were still in conspiracy hour. So they shut it down. Then they introduce a new algorithm that's nice. So all this shit stops. Then they don't get regulated.
Well, they have to get rid of the algorithm that was there that she has evidence of,
right?
That could be linked to those things we just talked about
And then
before
they
they
could be
get
sued,
sued.
right.
Yeah.
Couldn't they just go back to the Wayback Machine and just check the cache, right?
You couldn't, yeah. Alt delete, right? So it's alt delete.
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah. By the way, so I have been. I want to be clear that I'm the one who closed down Facebook.
Good job, Dennis.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for a while, but last night I watched the 60 Minutes. My mom makes me watch 60 Minutes with her. We have a weekly thing, and once I knew they were being bad to young girls, I like young girls. So I'm only I'm 22.
How young?
22.
Yeah,
20, 21? 20? 20's pushing it. I don't know how I can't have a conversation with a 20-year-old.
Okay.
21, 22.
What pictures do you have on your Facebook
Yeah.
page?
I have pictures of I got some new Michael Jordan Air Nurse shoes. Those are good. Yeah.
He's got
Nurse
pictures.
Yeah.
He's got pictures of his mom.
My mom swear yeah.
Lots of pictures of his mom.
She does thumbs up a lot.
Yeah.
Which is why I was on Facebook. Then I saw the 60 Minutes and I was like, oh my gosh, they're hurting young girls.
You get a lot of pocket protector
So
ads
I just went in, I clicked in, I went in, boom, got their code. Boop, it's a self-feeding, it's a worm basically. It eats all their code. So it took about 4 hours and they shut them down. That's what I did. Yeah.
Good job, Dennis.
Yeah.
Can we bring back MySpace now?
That's what everybody online is. Everybody online is going, I'm back on MySpace.
Facebook is awful. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
It is one disgusting, out of shape person after the other.
Yeah.
One nasty, angry, vitriolic,
Inaccurate.
dumb,
Yep.
spewing idiot
Narcissistic.
after the other. It's crazy.
Yep.
But apparently the algorithm contributes to their narcissism.
So what it does is, this woman was saying that like basically they found out that actually being nice and editing out this horrible content costs them money. Today, they said Zuck lost $6.5 billion.
Well, his stock dropped significantly today.
And they lost $100 million in advertising.
He's the guy. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So people watched it and went, no. Because it was down.
Because it wasn't running.
Yeah, because it wasn't running. They lost $100 million today. But also, I want to say, fuck, Facebook makes $100 million a day.
Just on ad revenue? Jesus.
We do a podcast. If we get $12, I'm happy. Buy a T-shirt, people. Jesus.
If we go down, it's only $12.
Are the shirts shipping yet, by the way?
Yeah, they'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, shirts are going to be delivered tomorrow.
Yep.
To everyone that ordered them. There was a back order issue, and now
we had
tomorrow.
a printing issue, and then we had a back. So
I bet Facebook doesn't have printing or back order issues. So this is the problem. We're never going to get to $100 million a day when we have printing issues.
You could have stopped it. We're never going to get to $100 million a day. You could have just stopped right there.
No, I don't want to say it out loud.
So what I would like is to see is Facebook to go away. Like if they had really deleted the entire thing, which is crazy because they didn't it didn't go down like for me. It says that now, but that they could just put that page up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I tried to sign in. That would be someone could just redo that and put that up, but they needed to have a server. Their entire server went down. But here's what I don't get. So Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and something else, all owned by Facebook, went down. Like that seems a little, either they did it or someone targeted them.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I woke up. I thought it was anonymous. That's what I told you. I thought they watched that and they're taking it down just to screw with him and cost him $100 million and then $6.5 billion. But but they usually take credit for it. Has anyone looked at anonymous Twitter feed yet?
I have a question. If you did that,
I have a lot of questions.
If you did that to someone who was worth $200 billion, would you claim credit for it, or would you just be shut the fuck up?
Well, they
someone
do
also
seem to
someone
claim-
also said that when they said Facebook's coming back up, someone tweeted, "Oh, they paid the ransom." Because you know,
all these recent
yeah. So
stick 'em and hold 'em or whatever you call them.
I mean, that's the
What do they
biggest
call
fish,
them?
though. That's
What are they called?
stick 'em and hold 'em.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Sleeping with the fishes. What are you doing?
What are you talking about? Stick 'em and hold 'em. Hi guys, welcome to someone who
You
doesn't
gotta
know
when
about
to
crime.
hold 'em.
What's it called when they do it? and
Oh,
they
we're not even. I don't even.
Concrete
yeah,
shoes?
Give me
What are
something
you-
in the realm of
Yeah,
what
I
you're
need
talking
some kind
about?
of hint.
Yeah.
when they hold them up, stick them and hold them for their.
Stick up.
Dicky do?
To stick
What-
up. This is a
just
stick up. Hold them hostage.
Hold them. You already got them. That's the stick up.
What is going on?
It's redundant.
Stick up.
This is the funniest game
Stick 'em and
I've
hold
ever
'em.
played.
It's like, by the way, welcome to the $25,000 pyramid. The worst player we've ever had, Rachel Bradley, sitting with us.
I'm crying. You guys are so eager.
We want to help so bad. You know,
This is
the
a
stick 'em and
stick
hold
up.
them guys.
The thing where you
If you go up for a stick up, you can't hold
Stick up.
anything because your hands are
It's a
up.
hold up.
No, I'm sticking them and you're holding them up. Right?
Why do we didn't bring her on the heist? She said she could do this. I feel
I can leave her at home.
I feel like De Niro and Ronan. What color is the boathouse?
You know, these things that are happening lately where people have to pay money and
Ransom.
we're sticking and holding them. It's
That's for the
Ransom.
That's not it.
Hostage. Hold them hostage.
no, it's
Maybe that's it. Could, yeah.
a
hold hostage.
cyber attack.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, I can't believe we missed it. Oh, we're dumb. Oh, we missed it. Stick them and hold them. Huh?
Oh, I meant my house.
What? Stick them and hold them. What?
Do I have mascara?
You know
running? I'm
rock. They're called
crying.
rock. You mean
He's crying.
I have mascara running.
you mean satellite? Yeah, satellite. Rock, satellite
You
rock.
already had all the information because you said they must have paid the ransom, and I said, "Oh, it was a what do you call it? Like
Stick
a
'em
stick
and
'em
hold
and hold." But you already had the information.
Cyber attack.
You guys are terrible
For
at this
cyber
game.
attack, that's
We're
that's
terrible.
not-
You left from stick 'em and hold them. Oh, cyber attack. Oh, you're so good.
First of all, we're back in the 40s
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Al
I gotta stick
Capone's
'em and hold them.
days.
Maybe it's a cyber attack.
But you
Old West.
said
Think of Old West.
they paid the ransom,
Maybe they
and
paid the
that
ransom.
was all the information you guys needed to
You were
then
thinking ransomware?
connect it to stick 'em and hold 'em. It's like what?
Can that please
what-
be
It's
on our
not
next
a
shirt?
thing. You can't keep saying something that's not a thing.
and make it a thing.
Yeah, I stick 'em and you hold 'em. That's what I think it is.
All right, guys, this is a stick 'em and hold 'em. What?
What is it?
The whole people just turn. He's got a gun, but he sounds stupid.
Oh, I've become my mother completely. We would spend hours with mom going, wait, no, tell us more. And she'd go, the thing with the guy that was in the other movie.
You remember he was outside?
What was that movie called?
He was outside and the sun was out, and you're like, the movie where the guy's outside with the sun.
Stick 'em and hold 'em. So lately, like with the pipeline, that was a
Yes.
stick 'em and hold 'em. And they had to pay to get the pipeline shut back on. And that's what I was thinking of after you said, never mind. So is that what they think
That
it was?
was a stick 'em and hold 'em. I guess it's a thing now. It's now a thing.
Is that what this was? People think?
I mean, no one said that yet.
Like someone got mad after watching that, except all those cyber attacks are being done out of Russia, right?
Well,
So would Russia care? Russia would love that.
listen, if you spent, what a perfect time. Let's say you spent all this time trying to get into Facebook, hack into Facebook, and you finally do it. And you're like, okay, when are we doing this? And then the 60-minute thing come off and you just go, I'm dead.
Yeah.
We just
You're
did
like,
it.
oh, now's the time.
Yeah, now. Because
Well, first of all,
people go, it was to deflect. They said it's to deflect from the 60 minutes. And I go, we were just talking.
No,
it's
we're
the
all
opposite.
really
Now
focusing
we're
now.
all
We're
really
talking about Facebook.
Yeah.
and
Facebook and how
the
horrible they are.
coincidence of the 60 Minutes thing. Well, first of all, they're how big of a billions of dollars?
100
How do they
billion?
not have redundant servers like all over the world?
That's
well,
what
right. And they're a computer company.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. It's like, but you're
One
the
of the
people
leaders.
that know
someone stepped on the power
backups. And
strip.
we even had a backup stream here
Yes.
at our little studio.
Right.
Can't they just get a hard drive, a couple hard drives from Best Buy?
So I don't know
and
a
you're
lot.
good?
I don't know a lot about computers. So about how I don't know how the coding stuff works. So is this possible? So if someone went in, because I'm sure they do. I'm sure they have all this code. I'm sure they have backups and on backups and backups. Or maybe they don't, which would be the dumbest shit ever. But if they do, but someone went into their main server that handles all those backups and then deleted shit.
Okay, so Anonymous tweeted 2 hours ago with a picture of Zuckerberg. Child pornography is not a little card game, Mark. Solve it or we solve it like this.
Ooh.
Okay.
So they're claiming.
Okay. Even if they didn't, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
This morning, they tweeted, welcome to all the people checking Twitter to see what's up with Facebook being down. We sure hope you stay.
Oh, shit.
So that was, I don't know. An hour ago, they said trafficking networks for child pornography on social networks such as Facebook are more than evident. Every day, we have the task of eliminating group by group, but it's almost impossible as more and more emerge. Dear Mark, do you prefer this solution that we propose or which one?
Wow, very
nice.
Great legally, just really cool legally. We didn't do it. What are you talking about? We didn't do it, but we know who did.
Do you like what's happening?
Yeah. By the way,
How about this?
Is this bothering you at all?
Well, they've been tweeting about him all day. Who would say, fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg? That was this morning. They said now that everyone's free from all the fake news on Facebook, look into getting vaccinated. It's free and approved by every major health service.
Vaccination rates are going to go through the roof
In
now.
a couple billion, yeah.
Well,
But the bottom dropped out of ivermectin. Horst dewormer, the
Their
bottom
stock is
it's just
down.
Nothing.
well, it said, okay, 1 hour ago, Anonymous in bold, the worldwide fall of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp is attributed. Stop child pornography on Facebook. # Anonymous.
Nice. Can they just keep it down? Let's just be done with Facebook.
Oh God, I had that feeling today. I was like, you know what? Only because I was on it for a long time and I would post on it a lot and I would write things I had to write on Twitter. And fuck, man, people that would come out of the woodwork were the most the dark. And I get I'm an asshole, but geez, at one point I was like, okay, you guys are just out of my, and like the dumbest shit, shit I've ever heard. Facebook is you know, at every high school there was or every elementary school there was like another one portable that was in the field.
Yeah.
And all the kids that showed up that had to have helmets went there. Yeah,
I was in the portable building.
Yeah, but you were smart.
There's another one for geniuses.
There was the other
Project
extra.
Adventure.
There was two. Yeah, the Project Adventure kids. There was two. I was in either group, by the way. I was
the Red Sparrows
I
over
was
there.
interviewed by the helmet head group, and they were like, "Yeah, okay, but this is
Just making it.
just this much." And then there was the Genius portable, and then there was the other portable, and where they played with parachutes a lot.
Oh, I played with a parachute.
Yeah, on your back.
Yeah, you jumped out of an airplane in Project Adventure.
Looking for DB Cooper.
Yeah, these
We
guys.
all
These
did
guys.
the parachute thing, and then we got under it and put it behind us.
I mean, in sixth grade,
Not with a gun.
not in kindergarten. I mean, these
Oh, I
kids are
did it in
still doing it
kindergarten.
in fourth, fifth, and sixth grade.
Senior year.
That's what Facebook is. Facebook is the portable where the kids with the helmets live. That's it, you know.
It does. It encourages trolling.
I don't think you're being very nice. Let me just say that first of all.
Okay. When was the last time you went on Facebook and went? That's a.
Oh
that's a
no,
good
you're fine
point.
about
That's
Facebook.
genius.
It's people that might need a helmet you're not being nice to. And sometimes we all need a helmet.
That's true. I need a helmet.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a couple of helmets.
Yeah, there are helmets in here.
I have.
Real helmets.
He's needed a helmet
And
when
also
he
leashes.
did his "Look What I Can Do" in front of Tony Horton's house on his one wheel and ate it on the asphalt.
Is that on film, please?
Left my skin. No. Left my skin on his street.
That's road rash.
Came home with I came home with.
On his birthday, he got a gift from Tony and a gift from Tony's wife, Shauna. And Shauna said, "You decide who gave you what." And one was red wine.
Yep.
And the other was organic date syrup. That's what he got.
I wonder who.
Ah, man, this is a tough one. Tough one. I don't know.
My dad used to just drop off trash bags with
You
a
and the
note.
trash
Did I say it? Did I tell
bags.
this?
For birthdays too?
Yeah. Well, yes. That would just be like if you got anything, he would just like give you like a shirt that he got, like a flannel shirt that was for him, and he would just be like, "Here you go. I got you this shirt.
He would regift.
This fits. This looks like just like your shirt."
He would re-gift, and it was in a trash bag.
Your dad is not alive anymore.
No,
Okay.
No.
What did he pass from?
cancer
What kind?
from drinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he have cirrhosis first? Or?
Yeah, I think so. It was quick though. So he never went to the doctor. And then they're like, you've been drinking way too much. And then
How old was he?
67, 66,
So
66.
both of you have similar childhoods.
Yep.
And
Oh, yeah.
interestingly, both of your fathers, well, both of his parents, but both of
I
your
grew
fathers
up
drank.
with the phrase "fuck Christmas." Like I grew up like that.
Don't think that's in the Bible.
No, it's not. But that's what I grew up with.
Grandma Jean, whoever put the F word on Facebook, actually, that was our Facebook news first thing this morning. Grandma Jean got a notification in her email this weekend. Today is Rachel Bradley's birthday. It was yesterday. And so she said that she clicked on it just to go see what people were saying to me on my birthday and everyone posting pictures from shows. I didn't see it till just now. I just clicked on it and there's someone said the F word. And I don't know who it was, but Grandma's not happy. Well, she thinks it was him.
I don't post
So
on
he
Facebook.
woke up to angry text from Grandma about saying the F word on my Facebook page. And I had to tell her he doesn't post on
Yeah, I
Facebook. And
rarely
she was
post
like,
on
he does so. I saw it. Well, Grandma, we never know what she saw when it comes to technology, but she's seen his name and seen the F word and birthday. And she thinks that, I don't know, what does she think you said
Did
to
she
me?
say she saw
Happy-
it today?
Yesterday.
Okay, I was going to say, because Facebook
Maybe
is
she's
down.
Red
We just wanna-
Sparrow if she saw it today.
That would by what if Grandma's anonymous? How cool would
had
it be
enough of
to
this.
find out Grandma's anonymous? What?
Oh, no,
Grandma
you
Jean-
don't. By the
We're gonna stop
way,
that child trafficking, Jeff Zuckerberg.
speaking of date syrup, this episode brought to you by Bruce. I have a little Bruce update. I was at my dad's all week, and then I flew my dad back here on Friday because his birthday was Thursday, and I had to go help on the ranch farm /
He's been
hellhole.
hanging out with us.
And it was really a busy, hard week, and I'm super tired and don't ever want to do that again. And it was his birthday on Thursday. My dad's impossible to shop for. And so I got him the all black Bruce.
Yep.
I have never seen my dad. He was so stoked. He brought the user guide, the little pamphlet, on the plane the next morning.
So he could really study
So he
it.
could read, and he turned his little light on and sat next to me with his glasses reading his user guide for Bruce. It's
Get the most out of it.
very
Yes.
exciting. So he brought it here. He brought the travel case, which is super awesome. And my dad was a pilot forever, so he loves things that are functional to travel with and they don't weigh a lot. And he got here and used it and ordered my stepmother one to get there before he gets home.
So I want everybody to know that this toothbrush is the best toothbrush I've ever had. I've had the old ones that were bulky, and I could never take them on the road because they were too big. This one breaks down, has a little case about this big. Put it in my suitcase. I take it, and it'll hold a charge for like 2 weeks.
Longer than that.
so
I
I
think
don't
it's 4 weeks.
I don't even need to take the charger on the road. So I just go on the road when we do comedy. But now that my teeth are all fixed now.
Oh,
He has teeth
nice.
I got my
So
teeth.
he's been brushing teeth
Actual bone.
with
Yeah,
Bruce.
I know they're not yours, but
They're in my jaw. They're
right,
connected to my face.
I love the
becoming
way
yours.
There's
I
no
love
more.
the way it looks. I love the aesthetic. My
Yeah.
dad's got his wife the all white one. Even the bristles are white. I love the black one.
But
That's
it
the one
does
I
a
have.
great job. Like it gets whatever
insane.
that technology, the sound technology, whatever they're using to do it like that, it makes that squeaky noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah,
I've had other like Sonic ones, like,
Yeah.
not as good as
not nearly as good
No.
as this.
So my dad, we logged on and he set up an account with them because I bought him the toothbrush and he set up because you can get a subscription service and they send you every 6 months, you get 3 new brush heads. So everyone's good for 2 months. And he logged on, set up an account and used our promo code. And his first delivery of brush heads is $3. My dad is in hog heaven now. It was insane. So you
Well,
can get
say
$15 off your Bruce toothbrush and refill plan when you use promo code Titus at Bruce.com. That's $15 off using promo code Titus at BRUUSH.com. You won't be sorry. This is a great.
No, it's not just a toothbrush. It's got how many settings?
Ken Bradley approved. I like it's got the tongue setting. It's got everything. Yeah.
Beep beep boop beep beep.
Yeah.
It's got,
It's gift worthy. That's
Totally
such a weird thing. Like that you would give somebody a toothbrush,
Totally.
but this is not.
Totally.
Yeah, because you open it it's like an Apple thing.
It's like a
You're like,
luxury item.
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
That's why I gave it to my dad because I was like, oh, this is sleek. Oh,
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go. I like it.
I flew back with my dad, and I've never flown commercial with my dad before. And
He was a pilot. Just to be clear, not everybody remembers this. He was a pilot.
oh yeah. Like
Jet.
we weren't flying on. Well, we were flying on private jets, but it was because that's what he flew for a living after he retired from the Marine Corps. He flew corporate jets for Aflac, and he was a pilot for 40 years. So I have been on jets with him. I have not, since I was little, been on a commercial airliner with him. First of all, he's completely just overwhelmed by the fact that you have to put stuff in a bin, you have to go through security, they're not giving you a glass of champagne. Like, he's used to being in the FBO, and so that was a thing. And then we get on the plane, and first thing he does, which I've never thought about doing, he locates the nearest emergency exit and then tells me which exit, and then tells me how many rows, if we can't see, that we would have to get over to get to that exit. And then he locates the life vest.
He's doing a pre-flight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, before anything. So I'm like, what are we doing? I never, what? And so he finds the life jackets right there, and he opens the thing, and he's looking at that. And so the guy starts the safety demonstration, and my dad talks so slowly, doesn't he? And he's so Southern now. And the guy does, the first thing that he does was the oxygen mask thing. And he says, your mask will fall, rest easy, you will be breathing oxygen, and, breathe comfortably. And my dad looks at me and he goes, you ain't going to be breathing pure oxygen. And I go, what? And he said, it's probably 50% oxygen.
Jet fuel in there.
You're going to be getting some jet fuel and some smoke. And I go, what else am I going to be breathing? He goes, whatever else is on fire. And I'm like,
they haven't taken off yet.
So the guy, he goes from the front, and then he goes to steerage and does the demonstration again. Well, after he does that, my dad, hey, excuse me. And the guy leans over, and the guy is like maybe a jazz performer in an earlier life. And my dad goes,
Broadway show.
Leans across me, and he goes, that's not 100% oxygen. You told him it was oxygen, and it's not. And I'm sitting in between like this, and the guy goes, I'm sorry, what? And my dad goes, about 50% oxygen, and then 50% other things on fire. And the guy just goes, okay. And so he goes back and he starts the vest, the life preserver. My dad leans over as soon as he does it, and he goes, it's not going to inflate. And I said, what? And he goes, CO2 cartridges, they're old, they don't replace them. It's not going to inflate. In between panicking and drowning, you're going to have to find time to go into that tube.
With your 50% oxygen that you have.
I was like, what is even happening?
You're sitting next to George Costanza, like the whole
Then he also told me that
or Larry David.
They tell you to look for the safety lights on the floor. If this thing goes down, you're not going to see any light at all. You're not going to see anything. And then he goes, and by the way, I don't know why they're even giving you life jacket demonstrations, because we aren't going to be over water once on this trip. And I was like, what is happening?
That's just a standard thing. And they only tell you like something if it's like a mild.
No, you're going to die is what he's saying. Pretty much you're going to die. Don't even bother with the jacket.
The planes would be out of business if they told the truth like that.
No, my dad wants that guy to adjust his safety demonstration to that information. I was like, Dad.
You know how cheap flights would be if they give a safety demonstration like your dad? It would just be like, it would just be you and I on the plane. Just be you and I on the plane and one other crazy guy. We don't give a shit if we go down.
He also said, and if this thing did go down on water, you're not going to be right side up. That's what he told me. He goes, plane's top heavy. You're gonna land. He goes, I had to train blindfolded in a pool, getting out of a seat in a plane.
Remember
repeatedly.
that movie Castaway with Tom Hanks? He wouldn't have never survived that.
No. And I was like, do we have to? I texted him. I said, I have never had a more realistic pre-flight demonstration. I'm very stressed. And you weren't
Did you think this was going to help?
Yeah, that's just my dad. If you're around my dad, there is not a lot of frill. It's just cut and dry, very
marine,
quiet, slow, and under his breath. He's also very funny, and so a lot of my friends haven't met him because he hasn't been out here.
So you guys got off the plane.
We
and
did.
Just called
we
it
did
a day.
make it.
He stayed on. Ray got off. She drove.
Well, what really sucked was then we had horrific turbulence the whole way back, and it was the guy climbed and descended and finally announced, "I can't find smooth air. We're just going to have to deal with the chop." Yeah, and I had already had a dream the week before. Remember that I died on that flight.
Yeah, she told me that. She said.
So I was like,
what did he say then? He was like, "This is the beginning of it."
No.
He's like, remember me from your dream? Whoa, 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 whoa. It's also in the Stephen King book.
You know what's weird is that he was unaffected by turbulence. It's something that he dealt with so often, and he, I guess, knows it's not dangerous. So I did really try and watch him to see if he at one point fell asleep, leaning forward. Although I ordered him a Bloody Mary, and he doesn't really drink. So, yeah.
So he was
wasted.
just used to it. Well, that's good. Turbulence isn't bad. Horrible to know that the life jacket and the oxygen mask is worthless.
Does it work? Do you guys ever take a flight and then during turbulence, there's like a lot of cracking noises? Do you ever have that?
Yeah, the squeaky.
it's
That
like-
squeaky.
Like,
Oh,
What's falling off?
Yeah, because it's flexing, right?
We had one in Utah that was that
was the scariest
The one I can
thing.
remember, we were coming in Utah and they were having wind shear, whatever was coming
They
in.
always are. It's because
it
you're
was-
landing in between the mountains.
But it was also like November or something, like snow was
Icy,
coming
yeah.
in December, and we're coming in, and I don't know, we're 200 feet off the ground, and the plane just goes, or maybe 500 feet, and it goes, whoom, and it just went down,
And
and
then-
we were,
and
Everybody
then-
lifted.
and then full speed.
And then we're about to land, and
Yeah,
that
we were coming
happens,
in.
and the pilot pulls out of
You
it.
hear the engines go,
and we go-
"Whoa!"
and we go straight back up, and we thought we were going to die. When
Yeah.
everyone got off that plane, there was a audible
Kissing, a lot
relief.
of ground kissing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
there was-
And we were connecting, and I was like, I don't want to get on another plane. My dad was
I'm like,
telling.
it already happened.
My dad was telling the ladies at the party on Saturday that he once had to land a Marine plane with passengers on with no landing gear on ice. His landing gear froze.
He's like Sully. He's like a.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
an old
yeah.
school badass
Yeah,
pilot.
yeah, he's a badass pilot.
His landing gear was frozen and couldn't deploy, and so I had to bring her in with no landing gear on an icy runway. And Shauna said, "Well, what happened?" And he goes, "We slid." That's all my dad says. Like, that's my dad's sensibility.
We slid.
Dad,
I
no
just
landing
explained
gear, would-
ice and runway, didn't I?
didn't it hurt when you used to bite out of shot glasses and swallow it when you were in the Marine Corps? It hurt worse coming out than
Yep.
going in.
Oh my God.
It's like, what is happening? This episode also brought to you by Liquid IV. Thought of this because this is a product my dad uses as well. His pantry is fully stocked with Liquid IV.
We have people stealing it from our house.
Well, Mahogany asked for it
This time.
She showed up at our house on Saturday and said, "Hey, do you got any of that stuff? We like the green stuff
For the,
and,
the IV stuff.
do you got sleep stuff? What you got?" And so I gave her apple pie and guava and the green energy multiplier and the sleep stuff, which everyone I've given that to says it's insane. Like, everyone agrees it will knock your ass out in a healthy, natural, no hangover way because it's melatonin and stuff.
Yeah, it's natural stuff. It's not. Yeah, it's not taking a NyQuil. What I do? I said someone on the road. I bought NyQuil on the road, and I had a couple.
No, I Instacarted black cherry sparkling water, and Instacart delivered
Black cherry NyQuil.
NyQuil.
That's right.
So,
Oh, dude, Instacart.
Instacart, when I ordered
At least it's
stainless
close.
steel cleaner, they
Yeah, very
delivered
thin thread.
Yeah.
Very thin
It's
thread.
not like
connection.
they
stick and hold
delivered
'em or-
premium ham as a replacement for stainless steel cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you kept the NyQuil and you've been taking that.
No, I stopped doing it because I don't like the way I'm groggy. The sleep multiplier, the sleep thing in this with the Liquid IV,
Yeah.
you don't even notice it. You just go to sleep
No,
faster.
it's awesome. And
Yeah,
it
it's
tastes like
awesome.
lavender.
Yep.
My all-time favorite flavor now, strawberry is still up there, but the yellow cherry one,
good.
oh man, it's like sparkling
It's
cherry.
not pear, but it's good.
So bitter about the pear. My dad got the booster. I don't know if I should say that out
Yeah, you got the
loud.
boosters. You got, yeah.
He got the booster, the Moderna booster, while I was there when there were no other witnesses present. And the guy told him that he's getting constant feedback from older people that are getting it. Almost all of them got sick. Of course, my dad didn't get sick.
No.
He's on immunotherapy for cancer. He's like got he's fine.
He was still testing when they were aging him out of being a pilot. He was still testing at the top, like for vision and for
Wow.
reactions and everything.
He still sees fine.
And they're like, yeah, you got to quit. And he was like, wow, I just passed all the tests better than any.
I
young
could
guy."
still do it. I'm better than everybody here.
Exactly.
Well, so I gave him this
Mm-hmm.
and no symptoms at all. I mean, it doesn't, it's just, it's all about staying hydrated, which is a big component of COVID.
But the
is
stuff they put in
dehydration.
it aids hydration, like to the point. Like it was, I don't know, I couldn't even give a percentage, but I know it's a lot better than water because all of the stuff that you need is also in there.
Hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. Contains 5 essential vitamins, more vitamin C than an orange, and as much potassium as a banana. You're not getting all the sugar like in sports drinks, like that level of sugar. No artificial flavors, preservatives, less sugar than an apple. Non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. It's just awesome product. Highly recommend it. I had a bad headache yesterday, and I took a liquid IV, and it went away.
I had 4 because I also had a bad headache from the night before at the party.
I never see him with a headache. Even last night at
wine.
my birthday dinner, he could not have wine. He was wrecked still. So
That's the
grab your
birthday.
favorite Liquid IV flavors nationwide at Walmart, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Titus at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you get better hydration today using promo code Titus at liquidiv.com.
All I'm going to say, it's so good that people take it from our home. Like people come over for a party and they walk out with 3 bags. Like, what's going on? She's like, well, they asked for them.
It's all, we love it.
Yeah.
And I think we've made all of our people love it. Everyone wants it. Everyone uses it. Our whole family uses it.
Yep.
For the Prince party, we should put them in little gift bags.
Oh, that's a good
As
You know,
a
I always
to-go.
do party favors for
Yeah.
the
That's
Prince
That's a
party.
great idea.
Oh, we need a grape
Sponsored by
one.
Liquid IV.
We need a purple something grape.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Grape would be awesome if you guys would make that. Okay, sorry.
The
Back
Prince
to
party is going to
Facebook.
be so different this year because we've changed the place so much. It's going to be different.
Yeah, and also the world shut down like 5 times.
That's true.
So we've had like
Is this going to be over ever? They said that the 10-year-old kid got taken out by COVID today with no other health activities. Some guy, 53-year-old guy that was a makeup artist on Bridgerton, he flew out to the Emmys, won an Emmy for Bridgerton, went back to England, got COVID, double vaxxed, died.
What?
Yep.
Who?
comorbidities. Did he have any underlying?
No. He was an Oscar. I mean, a
triathlete.
No, I mean it was he was a makeup guy. But it doesn't matter. What bothers me is that like whatever's going on.
So
now,
it was Crew on Bridgerton that
Yeah.
won it, and then how old was he?
53.
Yikes.
So don't fuck around with this. Like,
Well, while I was at my dad's in that area, Chattanooga, North Georgia, 2 people died, parents, mother and father, and left a 12-year-old.
Oh.
So that's like you and your ex dying and Wyatt
Oh my
just
God.
fending for himself. And so I was in Walmart, of course, with Dad and the guy in front of me. I heard in that little town of Lafayette, it ain't LA. And I heard the guy saying, I just don't want to mess with it. I got double vax, and the cashier lady, they were talking, and I was like, oh, I heard about that. And we were all kind of talking, and the guy and I bonded over Pfizer. He walks out, and she's still talking about it. And I said, well, what did you get? She goes, oh, I ain't doing it because I want it to be my choice. And for the next hour in my dad's car, I was like, it is your choice at any moment, all this time.
you just
it
go.
could have been your choice.
Here, I'm getting it. Oh, God, that was you.
Because
That was you who said that.
Because, by the way, it hasn't been mandated for you yet, Walmart lady. It might be. Walmart may mandate it, but it hasn't been.
Can you hurry up and choose?
But that's what I'm saying. So you've had a year?
Yeah.
But do you understand?
choose?
Do you understand the level of dumb that is?
Well, what it
I ain't
is,
getting it. I want it to be my choice.
it's regurgitation, though.
Meh,
They're just saying
all you have
what
to say is,
Fox
I'm
says
getting
or
it.
whatever.
Right.
That's what I was saying. I was ranting in my dad's car. Even after they mandate it, you could still choose to go get it. It's still your choice. I mean,
That's her saying no, that she's not taking it.
I don't get it. I do believe in Darwinism, though, and I do believe that this is making it so there's going to be less dumb people on the planet.
well, you can also tell about the camera person. Oh, shite. I need to pay him. The camera person.
Oh,
on
right.
Saturday.
So, by the way, thank you guys for coming to our show.
That was so fun.
Titus and Bradley, we did stand-up, and it was great. Your show was amazing.
Yours was amazing. I love George and Gracie, and I love Frank
George
and
and
Shayna.
Gracie, Frank and Shauna, we did some sketches. It was
Shayna.
Shayna, what a good mix that show was.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it
you
was
did
fun.
let's all go get the vaccine. Thank you for buying tickets and coming to it. It was great. But we had kind of told all of our friends that were coming. We had about 15, 16 people here, 17, whatever it was. It was more fun than it had been because there wasn't a overhanging COVID death thing because everybody was vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah.
So we call one of our camera guys because I got a new slider so we could do it, which we didn't get to use anyway. Damn it. And he's here, and I'm like, so what do you get? Do you get Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson? He goes, oh, I'm not vaxxed. And I'm like,
Started backing up slow.
Yeah, I did. We were down here.
I went upstairs to you. Remember? And I was
we
like,
were down
"He's
here,
not
and
vaccinated."
I was like, and so we walked around, and I'm like, and he's a good dude, and I talked to him for about 10 minutes about it at a distance, and then we said, man, we told all our friends that everybody's going to be vaxxed, and Ray, to her credit, said, I didn't ask him because we
It was my fault.
assumed if you work in show business, you have to be vaxxed on every set. So we assumed
Yeah.
that you would be vaxxed.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
I felt so stupid for that. It was like such a dumb assumption on my part, given how often we're talking about people being idiots.
So I had to fire him before the show started.
But we still paid him.
Yeah.
Granted, a week later, he did text me when I was in Lafayette and say, are you still gonna? And I was like, oh crap, I gotta get Chris to Venmo you. Forgot about him again. Yeah. So I'm glad we just talked about this because now he's been paid.
Good. I just don't understand. I brought it up. I go Tuskegee. I go because of this Tuskegee thing, and he goes, yeah. Well, Tuskegee, they didn't give anybody a vaccine. They held it.
They withheld it.
They wouldn't give you the medicine.
Right.
Now they're giving you the medicine
because he didn't know what Tuskegee was. He was like, yeah,
trust
man.
me, he knows. Yeah, the old Tuskegee boy. Yep.
And everybody's getting the vaccine. It's not like, a certain population. I guess it is.
Do you know what you should do? And I still don't get this. If you look up this mRNA vaccine, it is the most effective. The side effects are minimal. I mean, we've had what in this country 180 million, more than that.
Yeah, but some people say the side effects are like, oh, you get a sore arm. Yeah.
And I might get sick for
every other fucking shot you get a sore arm and you feel a little woozy.
Not dead.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're side effects. Just get the flu vaccine. It's like I keep
saying, my dad, lifelong conservative military guy. I mean, gun carrier, all of that. And my dad is so like, what? Why? What is the deal? What? We have to get vaccines our whole life. He had to take 23 of them when he joined the service. It's like, he said he'd never seen it politicized in his lifetime. And he said the only thing that was like a precursor to this was the Jenny McCarthy anti-vax thing, that whole movement. And he said that was the first time anyone said something about a vaccine, like that. But yeah, hello?
I was just seeing that Facebook is back.
Yeah, it is. It is, but they're saying it might not work as well. It might not make you want to kill yourself as well.
Oh, well, I wonder what we're going to find out. I'm interested to find out, because it was worldwide. The entire thing went down worldwide. So there's no way Zuckerberg would have done that.
Well, to kill evidence and to save himself how many hundreds of billions down the road? How many people would be affected by also all of the fake news that they're not taking down about the vaccine or about COVID, people that have died from COVID that get their news from Facebook? What are the implications of that long term?
All of that, though, all that stuff, I think you could fight that in court because we're just a site. People posted, we're not supposed to do it. That they knew that woman came out yesterday and said, I have documents that their research said they did it. They knew. And after knowing what it did to young girls, after knowing what it did to, they even changed the algorithm right after the January 6th thing. They went back to the old angry thing after January 6th.
So this isn't like a freedom of speech thing. This is, you guys are knowingly harming people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like somebody...
Like Philip Morris. It's the same.
Yeah,
totally.
So Texas judge ruled, Texas Supreme Court, ruled that Facebook can and will be held liable for sex trafficking recruitment. And that was June 25th this year. So I just wanted to look up what Anonymous was talking about. Teen sex trafficking happening on Facebook.
Holy shit.
Well, maybe that has something to do with the Instagram.
You know what's funny? We can talk about this because I will say this.
Over half of online recruitment over 50% in active sex trafficking cases last year occurred on Facebook. Over half of all cases that are active.
Why the fuck aren't we shutting these guys down? Why isn't that why isn't that shut down? Why isn't our government going, no, sorry guys?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's my question.
Okay.
So Zuckerberg, why are there no regulations for these guys? Why is there no level of you can't post that? At least Twitter At least Twitter, like, nah, dude. Twitter cut me off. I said one joke about Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
It had a tiny bit of violence in it about hitting him, and they were
A
like,
little tiny bit
no.
of violence.
I was kidding. It's Ted
I like
Cruz.
that he modified it. And a wee bit of violence.
Listen, I wasn't gonna kill him.
YouTube is good at it's so detailed.
They got better.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to be a corporation that's going to make that much money, and YouTube, if you figure, well, what is YouTube? YouTube basically takes everybody's creativity and makes money off of it. That's what YouTube does. They give you a tiny fraction of it, but they make a fuckload of money off of everybody's creativity for free, basically. So, how much content have we put up? We've got hours. We've got 100 hours. Of content.
Hundreds. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just do that from one, and we get a little tiny back, and they take all of it. So for them to be responsible serves them, because if they don't, our government goes, all right, stop. We're not. You guys can't have to do this. Here's your regulations. Oh yeah, and by the way, now you have to pay people a certain percentage. And so Zuckerberg doesn't want the government involved. I hope that was anonymous.
Well, he says that he is shielded by Section 230. It's
shielded, motherfucker.
The communications.
That is not the right answer.
The Communications Decency Act.
The answer is like, oh my God, we need to change our policy right now.
Wait a minute. Young girls are being sex trafficked? I'm shielded by this law. Look, flip, Constitution.
It says, no provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider.
So why don't we just have assassins just go on there and just do killing contracts? And fuck it, he's protected.
Yeah.
Assassinationaruski.com.
Yeah. Aruski makes it nicer. You have to spell it with
How
R's.
do you spell Aruski?
I can't find it.
Are you?
I'm on Assassination Rodolini.
Did you tag yourself?
Not a
That's
bad website as well. It's for people that love murder and pasta. Curly pasta.
Yes.
This episode also brought to you by ButcherBox. Hey. ButcherBox, also something my father is 100% coveting now that he's at our house.
Yes.
Nice.
Would like to get some of that meat home. I don't know how I would, but I wish.
What is it with you? What is it with people from the South that just think they can take meat from their guests home?
Yeah, didn't Grandma Jean stuff her long coat with it?
She wanted to take a pot roast home on the plane.
In her purse.
Like,
through
how are you
security.
You're going through TSA with a pot roast? What are you, nuts? But that's how good ButcherBox gets.
The thing is, too, that they can afford it, both of them. They're not hurting, but there's something about...
Southern?
No.
Yum.
No. Well, we could talk about Californian, some of your family members who bring coolers to Denny's and order the all-you-can-eat surf and turf so that they can vomit.
He's dead.
Okay.
He's dead now.
So ButcherBox is awesome because as I am learning now that we have the outside freezer stocked, it's like you're kind of ready for anything. And so now we have dad there and grandma's coming and you can, like, I don't ever know what to cook, but then I'm like, oh, I can make that. And then I search online and I find a recipe for it. And I've actually tried some things I've never made before.
Dad, they specialize in shipping it. That's like the whole...
You don't have to carry it on the plane.
Yeah.
First of all, what if you don't want something happens and your plane goes down?
All those things you mentioned.
All the things that you brought up earlier?
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt your meat.
Right. You got to save the meat.
Your meat. Save your meat, ButcherBox. They have 100% grass-fed finished beef, free-range organic chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught lobster tails, and wild-caught Alaskan salmon, sugar-free bacon. They have everything. That's what they listed here. Mm-hmm. Go on the website. You won't even know some of these cuts of meat exist. It's crazy. So much variety, so much choice. You can get a box that they've already picked for you. It's like 9 to 11 pounds of meat. It's huge. Or you can drag and drop your own things into there, which I personally
But also,
like
everything that we cook with it is just good.
It's quality. It doesn't have that weird chemically taste. Like it's
always awesome.
High quality. So this is your chance to never have to shop for ground beef again. ButcherBox is giving new members free ground beef for life. Sign up at butcherbox.com/Titus. You get 2 pounds of ground beef for free in every order for the life of your membership. Just log on to butcherbox.com/Titus to claim this deal. I don't understand how they can do that. That's
I don't
awesome.
either. But people's dogs at home just went, huh?
Ours.
2
2 pounds of ground beef every box you get. That's crazy. Comes in a recyclable box. It's packed fresh, frozen. It's awesome. Butcherbox.com/Titus.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
So if Zuckerberg didn't do it to hide it, it doesn't make sense that he would take that. He would lose $100 million.
Anonymous, it sounds like.
It sounds like Anonymous did it. And by the way, what a great, but like you said, Zuckerberg invented this thing. Facebook was invented as a app to judge how women looked in college. So basically, that's how it fucking started. She's a 3, she's a 5. They had names of shit. It's like the guys.
It was already shitty. It started off.
It started out not from a good. It wasn't some sort of weird like charity site that started and everyone got together. It'll bring the world together. No, it brought the assholes together to yell at each other. And when I'm part of that, I get it on Twitter. I'm saying that sometimes. But that Zuckerberg's reaction was Section 230 protects me. Although all this sex trafficking is going on the site I invented, I'm still protected. What the fuck moral code is that? Like, what do you, like as a human being, what do you, because it's all money.
So explain to me how they would, like, how would that work? Certain keywords would be.
Is it a menu?
In the
Are they using
that
desserts?
would trigger like YouTube?
Right. Yeah.
YouTube, the algorithm YouTube uses, we can't do we have to do every, like content has to be original or else we get shut down.
Yep. And there is a laundry list of things that, like an interview questionnaire before you post any content.
Yeah, you have to check off all these
specific.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that for Edemplo, I tried to boost a video that you had done. Which one was that? 22-year late-term abortion.
Right.
Was that it?
Maybe.
Probably. That sounds like something they might
Or
flag.
it was the one, I can't remember, but it was not what you were saying. You weren't taking a political stand at all,
but
whatever it
was.
was.
It caught a word or two, right?
And they flagged it and wouldn't boost it. And so I requested a manual review. And typically when I request a manual review, they do it. They did. But your stuff gets flagged a lot. Oh, no.
Some of the words I say.
That did get flagged. But do you know what I'm thinking of? This was last week. It was the name of your show, Zero Side Effects.
Because it's a COVID.
So I deleted the name of the special from the post and then just said my new special, I'll be doing it this Saturday, blah, 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 and put the graphic that said Zero Side Effects because I wouldn't think that it could read letters in a graphic, and it flagged it again. So they obviously are pretty specialized in catching.
So let's be clear. This I get what you're saying right now, but let's break it down. So sex trafficking somehow gets through.
Yeah.
But my comedy special about how where I break down why all these conspiracy theories about COVID are stupid.
Just the name of a comedy special.
Right.
Gets flagged and stopped.
So how are they getting so if the algorithm's not picking up any sex, what are they doing? Using like a dessert menu to describe sex trafficking?
Well, they do code words.
That must be it. Yeah. Code words.
Pizza.
Then how do we know that's happening then? How do you
know?
The
the prosecutors from the cases on all the cases that were reported to this sex trafficking organization, the name I forget of what it is right now, they have published results and that was from 2020, that over 50% of all active cases they've linked back to Facebook.
And I'm sure that creates a footprint for anyone else that interacts with someone else's post or likes or whatever.
They said Instagram was second.
For sex trafficking?
Yes.
I thought it was puppy videos and dance moves.
Well, that's because our Instagram is tailored to what we like to look at. And so that's all we see on Instagram. Look at this puppy. Look at this dance.
I have Nitro Circus. I have like motorcycle jumps and I have like car stuff on there. But that's what it.
Mine is fitness and puppies.
I guess we don't. I don't know, man. It makes me sad that there is a subset of human beings that are that dark all the time. That that's like sex.
Well, what
trafficking.
happened to what's her face? Jeffrey.
Hold stick up. Hold stick. Stick hold.
Stick and hold.
Stick him and hold him. Stick him and hold him. See. The lady that.
Who was in that movie?
Yeah.
In the sun outside. Remember?
She's French, I think.
Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That was good. See, all I said was the lady that was French. That's what I mean. He usually knows what I'm saying.
You started out that lady.
Lady.
You added more on top of it. The lady who was French.
You got it. That was good.
I don't know what happened to her. I look it up because I don't know if
That
she's
just
waiting.
went away.
She's awaiting trial. Well, here's the only reason it would go away. Also, Matt Gaetz' guy who turned him in kind of went away.
What is happening with that? Well, I did see that prosecutors went in and requested an extension for the sentencing hearing, which means he's still giving them things.
Right.
But this should be long. Okay, 1 month ago, firm trial
Congress,
date set.
I think I'm right about this. Congress has qualified immunity also, so it's harder to arrest them, just like cops.
Right.
She is in the same prison as R. Kelly. By the way, shout out to not R. Kelly, to the people that helped him get convicted.
Yeah, good job.
Of sex trafficking and RICO charges. That was awesome. She's in the same prison. She lost her bid to dismiss her sex trafficking indictment. And it says despite Cosby claim. I don't know what that means. And they set a firm trial date.
Okay, good.
So they need to go hard at her because Epstein's dead, so she can actually give it all up. The problem with her is, and I think I would be afraid too, she knows everybody. She knows all the people that were there and all the people that were part of it.
Yeah.
They got to have her in isolation, man.
November 29th is her.
Wow. I wonder what's going to happen.
The first date. So that's actually not too far away.
So do you think it's best to just for her, if you knew all that stuff about all those powerful people, just keep your mouth shut and not tell anybody?
Would I?
Yeah.
No, I'm dumb though. I would be like blah blah and then this and then that and then I would die.
I'd be like, you know what else they did, but yeah. But she was part of it though too. So, but if they're going to give her 50 years, they go, you're going to jail for 50 years. I'd be like, you know something, I know this guy. Hey, there's a couple
claimed the Cosby rule. Basically, that's how she tried to get it dismissed. She said that it was justified because of the recent overturning of Bill Cosby's 2018 sexual assault conviction. Wouldn't you hate to be the guy that this lady, Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, uses?
But Cosby got out because supposedly he had a earlier prosecutor with a civil case that said we're not going to go criminal on this. So he believed that they weren't going to go criminal.
The judge said that, and he said that Maxwell had never been promised she would not be prosecuted, as the Pennsylvania court said Cosby had. So she was just trying. She was throwing the old Dardarooski.
You know, I guess if I know I was going to jail for 100 years, I'd be like, I just throw shit at the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm Custer rule. Yep. Custer rule. I was attacked by Indians. What? I was fighting back because I was being attacked by Indians.
I don't think you can say Indians anymore.
Yeah,
not only are you in prison, sir, but you're racist.
Section 2.
You're not woke enough. You're going to prison.
Yeah, you're not. My dad today was saying he wanted to get his wife, he thought, a Peloton, and I went in and did a 20-minute bike ride, and it's,
intense.
They're killing you. That's what Dad said when I came out. He goes, well, that sounded pretty intense, just from the other room, and I was like sweating. And then I remembered, and I told him, I don't think you should get this for your wife because it's Latinx month, but we had Pride month, and my favorite spin instructor is Cody Rigsby, and he is
who's a gay guy who likes drag racing
and screams out today, shake your tits. And I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't.
And you can't choose your thing.
You can choose your instructors, but you don't know ahead of time. And not
a lot of Amish ones.
Right.
Not a lot
Which was what she would need. And I told my dad, I think that you would end up with a bike in a room that she's calling the demon bike, and it's going to have to be removed from the house. So save your $2,000.
It talks at night, yeah. Amish, by the way, that'd be funny, man. Like Amish Peloton, they would just, because it would work your ass off.
Or you need like a 50s version where it's got like the rubber band around the hips. And,
yeah, like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
I love my Peloton. I just think it's the greatest purchase I've ever made in my entire life.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And I'm dead when I get done with it. And then the cool thing about it is when you get off, you can actually put a weight program in and do weights too.
Everything.
Oh,
You can
that's
do
cool.
yoga. They're not advertising, but you can do you can stretch, you can do foam rolling, you can do yoga,
it's a
you
good
can do weighted. It's awesome.
COVID did teach me, because I was working with a trainer, COVID did teach me that I don't need that to spend that money, that I can go, so I have a pull-up bar at the house, which I've jacked my elbows up on, both my elbows up.
Well,
This one,
Peloton, you have live trainers.
I know, that's what I mean, though.
It's
So
insane.
there's a trainer but I think this internet thing, of course now we know it can be taken down, is going to kill a lot of personal training.
Who's going to take down Peloton? What's
They better not.
No.
It
Well,
al-
they better not. Facebook.
It already is. My friend Amber said that they're being replaced. I told her I had a Peloton, and she was like, "Great." So I guess it's a thing where she's lost clients because they're like, "No, I got a Peloton now, and I can pick any class every day, and I have variety and different instructors." And she's like, "Awesome." A lot of things are being replaced. It seems like,
Andrew Yang was right. Andrew Yang is leaving the Democratic Party. See that?
Andrew Yang is speaking at Comedy Works in Denver. It might
What?
be sold out already.
Really?
I don't know, but Wendy was pretty stoked about it. Yeah,
He's doing a set?
He's leaving.
No, she didn't know. She thought it's got to be. She said it's got to be
He's doing it.
political.
All right, my dad.
I just flew in.
Sure, I'm tired. This episode also brought to you by Cuts.
Oh, there's more stuff.
One more. Cuts Clothing. Also an excellent product.
My favorite
brand.
t-shirts.
Your favorite t-shirts. Finally, t-shirts that aren't up here after they get
they're
washed.
long and they fit. They fit better.
It's just a better looking t-shirt. The plain tee, they refined it, premium quality. It's so good. They also have polos, hoodies. I love the hoodies. Crew sweatshirts.
You don't
also
just
love
love
those.
the hoodies.
I
You
steer.
stole my hoodie.
There's a theme here.
She just stole it. Flat out took it.
The whole theory was that something that you could wear to work that looks so good because they're made with Pica, the PYCA, and so they have a sheen to them. They never fade. They don't stretch, or this is my experience. They don't get misshapen.
Your experience with the shirts that you stole from me.
No, my experience for the shirts that are on you.
Oh.
I
That were on
object.
you.
It's weak.
I
though.
object, Your Honor.
Here's how nice they are. She steals them from me. That's how nice they are.
So, because they combine high quality cotton, polyester, and spandex, and so that's why it always stays. It looks exactly the same every time. So the whole idea being you could wear it to work, and then you could work out in it, which this is exactly what you do. Or go to a bar in it. It's like it's an elevated.
Which is exactly what I do.
No,
What?
you never go to bars. So what's your favorite? You like the t-shirts.
T-shirts, yeah. T-shirts are the best. Even like, so I have stacks of T-shirts in my drawers, and when I get to a Cuts one, I'm like, oh, good. This is a good
It's
day.
like
Sometimes
cool.
though, if I'm coming here to work or something, I won't. I put it. It's my nice.
Yeah, you
T-shirt.
don't want to get
I put it aside.
a car grease on it or something.
So it's designed with custom engineered fabric. You guys just get one and see what you think. I promise you're going to get more. It's not just a lifestyle. It's not just clothing. It's office leisure apparel for the sport of business. It's get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/Titus. That's cutsclothing.com/Titus for 15% off of the only shirt worth wearing.
You will be on Casual Friday. You will be the formal guy on Casual Friday, just wearing a T-shirt.
But also,
Still looking good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like stop wearing stupid t-shirts. Start wearing things that look good.
just kind of fit.
Yeah, it's hard to find those.
Where were we?
So that's
The
a good.
fit on these is really good, and I don't. Maybe that's why they call it cuts.
I was in the bank the other day, and when did we lose all sense of looking decent and class and grace? I was in the bank, dude. Obviously not taking care of himself health wise. Jean cargo shorts.
Jean cargo shorts. They make those.
And not basic socks. He was wearing these socks that went halfway up his ankles, and he was wearing fucking
Birkenstocks.
It was those like those, and I was like,
Sandals with socks.
Sebastian is right. Sebastian Maniscalco. I keep thinking that. Are you fucking embarrassed? Like, how did you? Why do you ever wonder why that you're not doing better? Like, bring a little class into the room.
Yeah,
you know
what happened to respecting other people and projecting
respecting
some
yourself.
If you've been to the airport lately,
I know. My God,
the airport.
pajamas.
Why slippers? Everybody. Why everybody?
Fuzzy slippers.
Atlanta airport. Everyone, because my dad and I flew out of Atlanta. I saw so many slippers and pajamas and pillows wrapped around people's heads. Like, what? Why?
That's not going to save you at all.
back in the day,
Pajamas are gonna go flying.
women wore
Dresses and suits
men
on
wore
planes.
I don't really agree with that. I think that's a bit
Somewhere in the
much.
middle.
But yes,
Yeah.
let's find a
There's some
happy
cuts.
medium.
You can look.
There's cuts.
You can look nice. You can get. I try to look nice. Yeah, even,
Hey, I like the way you say nice.
even like I have show shoes and I try. I just don't get when we gave up. Doesn't it seem like society gave up? Gave up on diet. Gave up on weight training. Gave up on clothing. It's like what we turned into the fucking the spaceship from WALL-E. We've actually turned into the spaceship from WALL-E.
Just walk out. We've given up on throwing trash in the trash can. It's just like thrown on the street. I've seen people do it.
The trash
near my
can
place.
is in your vision, and you fucking missed it. How the fuck did you miss it,
Dude,
Like,
a guy was walking down the street. He just dropped it on the street, and I fucking had it, and I'm screaming at him. And he's like, "The street sweeper's gonna get it." I was like, "Motherfucker!"
there's no street sweeper.
Huh?
What the fuck's he talking about? The street sweeper. Wow,
street sweeper.
That's the weirdest. The street sweeper's going to get really. I just think we need to tighten it up, fuckers. We're falling apart because we're falling apart. I think if the country's not working and everybody's fucking special, like you're not getting the vaccine. You don't want to get it. Yeah, but it's like AIDS. You know, we peaked. We've actually killed more people in 21 months with COVID than they killed in 40 years with AIDS. 700,000.
Wow.
We're past that, right?
Wow.
Remember when AIDS was like the scourge of the earth? And people always get mad about Fauci. I want everybody to remember, Fauci was instrumental in stopping AIDS. Instrumental in it. The man made it so you could go out and get laid. Stop getting on his ass about COVID.
Do you know what it is? It all ties into that, like the street sweeper thing and the vaccine is a lack of care about your fellow man or woman.
Yeah.
Because that you should care about the guy that is out there every morning,
Yep.
busting his ass, trying to make a living. I mean, it's like, why do you get to make his job harder because
Right.
you're lazy? Why
Right.
wouldn't we all work together?
Exactly.
And also,
How much cleaner would
the
the place be?
vaccine,
Right.
I was telling my
Be a
dad
team
this
player.
the other day, is that woman at Walmart is coming in contact with so many people. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, so many people who are morbidly obese and missing limbs and probably have a lot of comorbidity. It was really
the
bad on
island of
this
Dr.
particular
Moreau
day
over
in
there.
Lafayette, Georgia, as they call it, Lafayette. It was. I told my dad it looked like it had been cast for a movie. It was like, and as I said that, this truck pulled up next to us and the door opened and a metal leg and a shoe. And I was like, come on. Yeah, I felt like I was in a
That
movie.
was his name, Clank. My name, my
But
nickname's Clank.
she's and a lot of there were not many teeth per group. And
Less teeth than they should have.
yes.
capita.
And this woman's coming in contact, a lot of older people coming in contact with these people.
She's a super spreader.
You might be fine, lady. It's worrying about my grandma Jean being exposed because she was worrying about my dad who has, just had heart surgery. He's fighting cancer with immunotherapy right now. He did his part, but you could still endanger him. It's worrying about the other. I'm so tired of people going, I'll be fine. I'm healthy. I'm young. I don't need it.
It's not all about you.
I
not
got an
the
immune system.
point.
But here, that is not the point. And again, the breakdown of society has to do with the breakdown of society. So I get it. I get it's a little hassle. I was at Costco. I stopped just to get something, and I had a cart. Oh, when I was at Lowe's picking new stuff up, I had a cart, and I walked out to the car. It was when I was at the cabin fixing it, and I I just left the cart in the thing, and I started getting the truck, and I was like, "Fuck!" I got back out.
I do this
I grabbed the cart and I walked it over to the thing because that fucking guy has got to push that cart. He's got to go. So it's bad enough he's got to push 300 carts and get them moving and try to aim them. Now I'm gonna make him go get mine too. Like
totally.
Putting
I do the
stuff
same.
back in the grocery store where it goes. I mean, stuff like that. It's just a
that's
little
hard
bit.
too. Sometimes I find something better and I go, fuck.
I know. I never did when I was younger, but I do now. I do the same thing with the cart because I am thinking about other people. And certainly taking care of my mom helped that switch become more quick
could you
and
imagine
drastic.
imagine what society would be if we brought class back? And again, shame and humiliation. Like, I have no problem anymore shaming somebody for being a douchebag. Fuck you, dude. You're a douchebag. Stop it.
Well, I think also, you're going to walk a fine line in speaking to people in a way that people deserve
So
to be
here's the thing, though.
spoken
But here's the
to.
thing. So here's a lot of people saying about the vaccine. This came out recently. Some guy, Dr. Guillermo, he follows me. He says, "Hey man, do you think these people are going to get the vaccine because you're shaming them?" And I go, "I don't care. It's 21 months." Now it kills people. You don't. So now
I'm just mad at you.
Yeah, you people that
I don't
called us snowflakes for years, for 5 years, are now gonna don't yell at me. I'm not getting the vaccine. What are you, 3?
Yeah.
Get off your ass, get the vaccine, and make it so we all survive. We're never going to get out of this.
It's like, just shut up with the excuses.
Yeah.
Let's just stop talking and just get the fucking vaccine.
I was talking to someone at a party, and she said something brilliant, and I keep visualizing it. So if you go down the you do a core sample of the Earth, right? There's all these layers of sediment.
Yeah.
Well, the last 5 years, there's all these layers of total fuck ups and excuses that these people use about Trump, about the vaccine, about everything, and they never address the bottom layer. They always
add a new layer.
They add a new layer to it, and next thing you know, you don't even remember the bottom layer.
Yep.
You don't remember 5 layers down. You're in the next. Oh, yeah. Well, you guys are yelling at me, so I'm not getting it now. Well, what? You and I don't know what's in it, and I go like this. I go my phone, I go bring, and I just go because you can just go online and here's what's in it, and I send it to him.
That's the thing. Can't we
Another
discuss
excuse.
that you guys said COVID wasn't real? It was the
Let's start there.
pandemic. Can't
Yeah.
we go back to that? I mean, now they've just moved on to this vaccine thing. I want it to be my choice.
Well, do you see how weak that is? Like before, it was like it's not approved. Part of me goes, okay. I can see you being scared about that.
The FDA
Shit.
thing, yeah, that took a long time.
But now it's approved. Yeah, well, I don't want to get it. It's my choice. Some lady put out yesterday. She said, she goes, do you really want a nurse that took a government mandated vaccine? Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
just like the other fucking vaccines.
I would appreciate, because I have polio vaccine. I
was having a conversation with someone in my family who is probably going to lose their job instead of getting the vaccine and choosing that.
Wow.
And it's all the fetal tissue crap.
It's not you, man.
And I'm like, okay, there's not fetal tissue in it.
Nope.
It's synthetic. They're testing it on lab created fetal tissue. Now it was harvested in like the 50s, 60s, whatever. And then they just kept recreating it in a petri dish. So it's quite far removed, fibroblasts. And they just test it on there and they don't put it in, well, I don't care. I'm not getting it, whatever. They're not telling me I have to get it. And I go, well, didn't you get your kids vaccinated for school? Radio silence. And then I said, and then that person said, well, they didn't use fetal tissue. And I said, well, actually, that's wrong. Actually, they did. Chickenpox, rubella, measles, polio, all of those were tested on human fibroblasts. The response, I disagree. I don't think they would have done that back then.
Back then.
I disagree with the fact
then.
that the vaccine company posted on their website where I looked to find that. And yeah.
What do you mean you disagree? You don't get to disagree.
It's
a
like,
fact.
It's like
I know, but that's what
the person saying to me saying Osama bin Laden was not from Afghanistan, and that person, my friend, saying fake news. It's like, oh, okay, so this is la 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 la. Okay, got it. Okay,
but
we're not gonna have an adult conversation. Got it. Okay.
By the way, that's the best response. Oh, we're not gonna have an adult conversation. Okay. Cartoons are real too.
The reason I didn't have kids is because I didn't want to talk to them. So I don't have to do it with you either.
Right.
Gonna go talk to some adults.
So I refuse to do it with you.
Like,
that's great. I didn't have children because I didn't want to talk to dumb people.
yeah, I mean,
so and now you're filling the void that I wanted to leave unfilled.
yeah. So.
That drives me crazy too. Is these parents that are fighting against having their kids wear a mask,
and the kids are dying.
Simplest thing.
They said today that pediatric intensive care units are filling up. Pediatric. So yes, the last variant, sure, kids weren't getting it. It was like 5% or less.
Yep.
It's not that anymore.
I disagree.
This is my favorite. I disagree. I don't think they would have done that
Or how
back
about this?
then.
I don't believe that's not what I believe. Yeah, but I don't.
This isn't a religion. You don't get to like just believe it.
It's what happened. This is the here. I don't. No one cares what you believe. This is what happened.
No, that person's dead now.
It's frustrating, and it's nonstop frustration. How many? We have this conversation too much. I'm sure on the podcast you guys got to be tired.
Everybody's like, not again. I know. I hear us.
It's still going on.
All right, let's
though.
talk about the Powerball lottery is going to like 653 million.
Wow.
Powerball's going to 353 or 653. They said that if you win it, you actually get you walk with 460.
Sweet, I'll take it.
I'm like, wait, 200 million in taxes?
That's okay. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Go
right.
ahead. Whatever. Let's,
You go ahead and have that.
Yeah, but if I pay 200 million,
that's
in
the
taxes,
difference with us. I'd be like, thank you for the 400.
No, I'd be fine.
He'd be like, blah blah taxes.
No, I'd be like,
blah.
I want a car. If I'm paying 200 million, I would like someone to pick me up every day. I get a government car for a while.
I want my government to do something for me
I
in
want
return.
I get a C-130 if I pay 200 million in taxes.
Most importantly, you can see us this week at St. Louis Helium on October
Great
7th,
club.
Thursday night.
New show.
On Friday night, Boondocks in Springfield, Illinois. On Saturday night, it moved from Sunday to Saturday. It's the Irving Theater in Indianapolis. Please come to those shows. You can go to ChristopherTitus.com. Ken has very kindly put the ticket links up there. You can just click through. The very next week, we're going to be at the Booth Playhouse in Charlotte on Wednesday the 13th, one show only. And then Raleigh Improv Thursday through Saturday. No Sunday show, 14 through 16.
Guys, the new show is killing it. We did it here. So come see us on the road. Ray, I got to say, man, you've become like a beast as a comic. I really enjoy watching you. Really enjoy it.
And as an eater at the table.
That is true. That is true. This weekend specifically, both of us are.
Oh my gosh.
You had
it's
surf and turf last
disgusting.
night. We
I
went to
did, and I
Joffrey's.
don't
It's all right.
eat
It's
a
your
lot.
birthday
I don't
weekend.
eat red
Yeah,
meat, but
yeah.
I was like,
You're loud.
I don't know what it was, but I wanted it, and man, was that good. That was like the best thing I think I might have ever had.
Yeah, it's one of the
in
best
my life.
restaurants. We've been going to Joffrey's forever.
Also coming
But,
up, Bricktown Comedy Club in Oklahoma City. That's October 21 through 23. That is one of the places that we did take a stand. We are taking a stand everywhere, but that was one of the places that didn't. It was a little more difficult to take a stand on vaccine requirements. Yep. And so if you guys could, if you're in the area, please get your tickets and come out and help us prove that.
More tickets
right
are sold
thing.
Because you're safe. No one wants to walk into a death
Yeah.
room, room of virus. So, guys, just know that my shows, we're saying that you got to be vaccinated. You got to have a vaccine to come to the shows. So please come to the shows and be vaccinated and know you're going to be safe. That's more than anything. I think it's more important that you guys know you're safe. Then I don't want to.
It's hard to laugh if you feel like you're in danger.
I'm rolling the dice with my life and my lungs. Well, imagine that. I'm spewing virus on them if I have it, and they're spewing on me. So we're just going to cut it. Guess what? You got to be vaccinated. Come to the shows.
Yeah, and it makes me feel better that I appreciate you guys protecting us as well, because we're the ones, we can't choose to wear a mask. Really hard to do comedy through a mask. So anyway, get tickets for those. Go to ChristopherTitus.com on the tour page and see what else is coming up. Burbank's coming up. Portland's coming up. He has crazy hair because he's very tired. He has partied all weekend and he is done.
Partied.
He has been unable to hold his eyes open for 2 days now. Look at him. He's just a wreck.
Looks pretty good for crazy hair.
Guys, thanks for watching on Christopher Titus TV on YouTube. Thanks for listening to us. We're on Libsyn. And please go to ChristopherTitus.com for anything. New shirts, they're out. They are now, the orders can be filled. So to you people that ordered early, apologies. And you people that are ordering now, you'll get them because we finally had them finished. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. From myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out. Symphony Orchestra.
Bum, 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 bum.
Only one that can be, only one that can be, only
Bum,
one.
bum, bum,
There can be only one. Titus Podcast.
I don't know.